King Charles' not-so-secret celebrity crush has always been Barbra Streisand, and he long kept a photo of her in his room at Buckingham Palace. "Barbra Streisand is my only pinup," Charles once said, according to the upcoming biography The King, The Life of Charles III, out November 8. "People look at me in amazement when I say she is devastatingly attractive with a great deal of sex appeal," the royal once wrote. He became fascinated with the Yentl star while studying at Cambridge University in the late 1960s. While his peers were listening to the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin, Charles played Streisand's albums constantly. A personal favorite, the soundtrack from the 1968 film for which she won an Academy Award, Funny Girl, author Christopher Andersen writes. A framed photograph of Streisand hung in his rooms at Cambridge and went up on the wall of his bedroom at Buckingham Palace after graduation. King Charles had a poster of Streisand up on his wall at Cambridge. Charles requested to meet Streisand on the Columbia Pictures set of the Funny Girl sequel, 1975's Funny Lady. The two met and chatted for 15 minutes. He later wrote in his Navy journal that he really wanted to get to stay and know her, but she had insisted on getting back to work, Andersen writes. According to the book, Charles found Streisand devastatingly attractive with a great deal of sex appeal. ZumaPress.com. Charles added, "First still contend she has great sex appeal after meeting her." In 1994, Streisand serenaded Charles with "Someday My Prince Will Come" at a gala concert at Wembley Arena in London. 6 months later, they met up when the royal arrived in Los Angeles for a whirlwind 5-day visit. According to the book, Charles wrote that Joan Collins had an unbelievable cleavage. The star secretly visited Charles in his suite at the Bel Air Hotel. When word got out, his spokesman sniffed that they had simply met for a private tea. Nearly a year later, Streisand flew to London to attend a fundraising banquet for one of Charles' favorite charities, the Foundation for Architecture. Elton John, who was also at the private dinner at Highgrove House, was surprised to see Streisand there and was equally surprised that both Princess Diana and Camilla Parker Bowles were absent, according to the book. Andersen writes that a Highgrove staff member remembers that the pair were very affectionate toward each other, so much so that, when the staffer came upon the couple in the prince's study, they were quite flustered. The King will be on shelves on November 8. Streisand wasn't the only celeb that caught the monarch's eye. He also appreciated Joan Collins, after dancing with the Dynasty actress during a royal tour of the U.S. in 1985. According to the book, Charles wrote in a letter, "She was very amusing and with an unbelievable cleavage. All raised up and presented as if on a tray."